Hey guys. Whoa, it was just really bright for a second. I was just illuminated. I was so stepping into the light there. Happy Sunday. I hope everyone's having an amazing weekend so far. It's the most beautiful weather here in Sydney. Here, I'll just turn you around so you can see my view. I don't know if you can see that, but it's so beautiful here today. See if you can see like the boats and stuff and the colour of that water. Oh, it's amazing. I'm still house sitting. Hold on, I need to turn that back around. There we go. Yeah, I'm still house sitting, still staying in this most beautiful home, and it's been amazing. It's been so good. I've been getting lots of work done, seeing lots of my beautiful clients grow and expand and evolve, and just getting like the enrollments coming in for sex, self-love and spirituality as well, which is super exciting, seeing the gals that are jumping on board with that and signing up and downloading the content and then working their way through the modules. I recently relaunched it for round 2, and it's now an evergreen course. So you basically just like have access to all the content straight away. So if you've ever asked yourself, like, how do I love myself without being selfish? How do I like put myself first without hurting the people around me? How do I get to a place where my worth is like unquestionable and unshakable? Then this is the course for you. You need to get your butt in there ASAP, because it's going to change your freaking life. And I'll put all the details in a comment below so you can jump on and download that straight after this call. So today I've titled this video, what are your energetic leaks? So I want to talk about the things that are in our lives that don't feel quite right, the things that are stopping us from embodying our highest potential. Now, you might choose to call them different things. You might choose to call them, I know Peter Kelly talks about your energetic kinks. So if you think about our alignment as being like this hose for divine energy to flow through us into the world, then the things in our life that maybe aren't like totally in alignment are like the kinks in the hose, right? For me, I think of it as like energetic leaks, because some things in my life, I know, and I can feel it straight away when they come up, they're almost like they become like these leaks where, if you think of like, this is just coming to me now, if you think of like, if you've got a bucket and you're trying to fill it with water, but like there's these things in your life that are draining you, and there's these things that are distracting your focus. Another way to think of it, an analogy I love, is like that my hair is just so all over the shop today. Just ignore that, sorry. Another beautiful way to think of it is like exit ramps off a highway. So if you think about like your divine path or your soul's path, your soul contract, as being like this straight up and down highway that's taking you directly to your highest potential. Obviously it's not about the destination, it's about the journey, but the journey of your highest potential. Then these things that I want to talk about today are like these off ramps that come up every now and then, and it's like these big flashing signs that are like, come here, come this way, and we go down them, and they're leading us away from our highest purpose. So as I'm speaking, there's probably something coming up for you right now. You're like, okay, that thing in my life. It might be that job that I have, that relationship that I'm holding on to. It could be like that thing that I do every day that I still don't know why I do it. It could be like your eating habits. Whatever it is, like that one thing, that one person, that one job, that one relationship, whatever it is that is keeping you from being in your highest, embodying your highest alignment and being in like speaking and standing in your truth fully 100% of the time. And it could be like a whole bunch of things. It might not just be like one specific thing. It could be like your whole life could be a massive kink at the moment. Your whole life could be full of all these different like things that are leaking your energy. So they're taking you out of your alignment, or they're stopping you from being full. They're stopping you from embodying that fullness, that wholeness, that peace that you know is available to you. So today I just wanted to be like really transparent with you guys, because this is something that I'm actually going through at the moment, like as we speak, like literally right now this second. So there's been a situation in the last few weeks where a few different guys have come into my life, which has been amazing, beautiful humans, and so thankful for the incredible people that I'm attracting constantly. But I've sort of like entered into, I guess, like it's not really a relationship, I wouldn't say that yet, but it's definitely like a thing with this guy that I know isn't like in alignment with my soul's highest purpose, basically. And it's not to say that he's not an amazing guy, he is. It's almost just like he's not part of the plan for me. I believe that everything happens divinely and everything happens for a reason, but as it happens and as it turns out, I feel like I have let this go on a little bit longer than I should, or called something in that's feeding my ego rather than my soul. And I'm just saying this to be like totally transparent with you guys. Like, this is coming up for me now. This is really challenging for me now. And I in no way want to pretend like I ever have it all together. I am a work in progress as much as anyone else on this planet, and anyone that tells you otherwise is probably like kidding themselves. Like, we are all works in progress. We are all just evolving, and it's my deepest hope that I can like share this part of my evolution with you, and the hope that it serves you in some way. So this is what's coming up for me now. I've basically been in this like a little bit of a thing that is really, it's not that it's draining my energy, but it's definitely taking a little bit of my, like, diverting my focus, or diverting my attention, or distracting my focus is how I should put it. That's what it is. It's distracting my focus. And I can feel it because, like, it's funny, I'm coming off the back of, like, I'm getting really excited talking about this because this is so on point for me right now. Like, I'm coming off the back of some really epic shit. Like, the first half of this year has been fucking awesome for me, basically. Like, there's been so many opportunities that I've attracted into my life. There's been so many awesome things. I've been speaking on stage. I've been, hosting events. I've been, like, featured in magazines. I've been, interviewed, like, for websites and stuff like that. And just, like, so many awesome things have been happening because this is what I've been manifesting, right? Hey, Haley. Hey, beautiful girl. How are you going with sex, self-love, and spirituality? Let me know. Type it in. Yay. So there's been some really awesome things happening to me this year, and it was like I came off the back of like 3 epic days in a row. I did like photo shoot for my website. I was filming for Women's Fitness, and I was speaking at an event like 3 days in a row. It was fucking awesome. I was so in my tap, so in alignment, just like loving life, absolutely just like expanding. Probably like one of the highest like periods or times or like potentials I've ever reached, I guess. And then it was like I came off the back of that, and my ego sort of like flared up a little bit, and it was almost like I just contracted back into smallness. There's a part of me that's like, and this happens to all of us, there's a part of us that's like, okay, this feels really scary. This feels really full on. Hey, beautiful. Oh, cool. No, that's fine. Just let me know how you go. But there's a part of us that's like, okay, this is really full on, this expansion. I don't know if I can hold this. And we sort of contract and we come back. And I know I've talked about a lot like this stuff before with like self-sabotage and resistance and like coming back to a level we feel like we're worthy of. But this is something different. It's almost like it's almost just like your ego wants to feel like it's safe again, because like being in this like level of expanded consciousness and awareness and kicking goals all the time it's really scary a lot of the time, and it's outside your comfort zone, which means that it's uncomfortable because it's literally not inside your zone of comfort, therefore it is uncomfortable. And there was a part of me that was like, as much as I was like fucking loving everything that was happening and I was so in my zone, there was a part of me that was like, yeah, giving into this discomfort. And I was like, I just want to be comfortable again. I just want to come back. And so I've attracted these relationships into my life to make me feel comfortable. And they're relationships, if I'm being honest, that really like feed my ego rather than my soul. And my like life's purpose and my mission and my everything is sort of taking a backseat to this like ego massaging that's happening in this relationship. And it's like, it's really fun while you're in it, but as much as it's fun, it's also really comfortable. And while I'm all for being comfortable, like, and going through seasons where you do just feel like really good about everything and you feel like that safety and that support and that security, that's not the season I'm in right now. I'm being called to expand. I'm being called to push out. I'm being called to like go into new realms. Like, there's so much that's on my heart to do right now. And I feel like this is just like a distraction that's come in to sort of take me off the mark and to distract my focus basically. And a crow just flew past, and that's my spirit animal. And I'm just like, hey bro, how's it going? What are your guys' spirit animals? Does anyone have one? Just let me know in the comments. And if you haven't found yours, like, just ask the universe. Just be like, what's my spirit animal? And then just see what animal pops up or what images pop into your head, or just be really aware of what comes up and just let me know, because it's such a cool thing. Such a cool little sign and way of connecting to the divine. Anyway, sidetracked. So yeah, there's this thing in my life now that's like really distracting me and just like, how should I say, like diluting my focus almost and leaking. Yeah, it's this energetic leak. Yay, Haley, I love that yours is a butterfly. That's such a beautiful metaphor for you and for your amazing journey of like growth and transformation. It's that metamorphosis that I've already seen happen in you is continuing to happen. Like the more that you continue to like grow and invest in yourself, like you just are blossoming so greatly, and I'm so excited to see you just spread your wings even wider. And I heard this beautiful thing the other day, and it was like, I'm going from a butterfly into a jumbo jet, and I feel like that's what's happening with you right now. You're like already this beautiful, stunning butterfly, and you're just about to like up level massively. So yeah, just really wanted to speak that over your life really quickly. So yeah, what is it for you? What's this energetic leak? What's this thing in your life that's keeping you from full and total alignment? So the first thing we have to do is like obviously get really clear on what it is, and you probably already know what it is. As I'm speaking, you're probably going, yep, it's that thing, it's that person, it's that relationship, it's that job, it's that It could be a whole bunch of different things that are like your kinks or your leaks. Whatever they are, the first thing that we need to do in order to straighten them back out so we can get back into total alignment is, first of all, just not judge them. That's honestly, and this should be like step one for any process in this like whole personal development journey or whatever. Don't judge yourself for it. I honestly, like, I've spent so much time going back and forth into like, oh, you should know better than that by now. You shouldn't be like distracting yourself. You shouldn't let yourself go down this path. And it's just like, yeah, gorgeous. Soaring new heights. I love it. You shouldn't be doing this. You shouldn't be going down this path. And it's just, and beating yourself up. And it's just like, it's honestly like, we're going down this path because the goal isn't to not go down these paths. The goal is to not go on these detours. The goal is to see how quickly you can come back to the highway. Does that make sense? It's not like the exit ramps are there for you like not to go down. Go down them. Of course you can go down them. We have total freedom and free will to do whatever the hell we want. It's just about how quickly can you come back to the highway. And if you even want to come back to the highway. And that's the thing. It's just not attaching judgment to any of this stuff. Just observing without judgment. Just saying, oh, look at that. I took an exit ramp. Oh, look at that. I'm taking a detour. Oh, I'm going pretty far down this detour. That's really funny. And just loving yourself during that and through that. Like, the fastest way to make sure, or the surest way to make sure that you keep going down that exit ramp, or you keep up investing in that energetic leak, is by judging yourself for it. Because the second that you feel judged, you'll rebel against yourself and you'll keep going further and further and further and be like, oh, well, I'm going down this path anyway, I might as well keep going. The surest way to make sure anyone keeps doing something that's really destructive for them is to judge them for it, right? Because when we feel judged, that decreases our self-worth, and we just want to keep engaging in these self-destructive behaviors. Where on the other hand, if we meet ourselves and we meet others in this place of compassion, unconditional compassion that's not dependent on what they're doing or how badly they're fucking up their life, but only dependent on like who they are and that like beautiful internal source of light and wisdom within them, who they are in their truth, like the truest version of themselves. Then when we're met with compassion and we reflect that back to ourselves and we reflect that back to others, they start to see themselves the way we are seeing them. We start to see their divinity and it gets reflected back to them so they can see it. And that is like 100 million billion times more likely to result in a change in behavior, right? You will always, always, always get better results or better, outcomes with compassion for yourself and for other people. So always, always, always compassion is your default setting. So first of all, just meet yourself in compassion. Just notice, hey, look, this is an energetic leak for me. I've gone down this detour again and I really don't want to be here anymore. And then just slowly start guiding yourself back. And the way to do this, I've found, that's what I'm trying to do now. I'm really focused on now. And like I said, this is so relevant for me right now. I'm like speaking to myself as much as I'm speaking to you right now. The thing is to focus on, what do I have to gain from getting back into alignment, right? What do I have to gain from getting back into alignment? Not what do I have to lose from going down this off ramp? What do I have to lose by jumping off the edge of this cliff? What do I have to gain by getting back onto the highway? What is waiting for me? What insights, what opportunity, what clarity is waiting for me on the other side of my alignment? And it's like the amount, I heard this the other day and I fucking loved it. The amount of resistance that we feel towards something like an act or like whatever we need to do is directly in proportion to the power that is waiting to us on the other side. I'm fucking preaching here. Can I get an amen? Seriously. Like the thing that whatever it is, the resistance that we're feeling towards that thing that we need to do is directly related, is in direct proportion to the amount of power waiting for us on the other side. Does that make sense? So it's like, however hard it is for you to make that decision, to cut that person out, to stop doing that habit, whatever it is, to quit that job, to whatever, like, hey Gemma, hey beautiful, to get out of that relationship is directly in proportion. Just imagine that resistance, turn that into power, because that's what's waiting for you on the other side of that decision, on the other side of getting off that exit ramp, on the other side of patching up that leak, on the other side of ironing out that kink. There is so much power, there is so much insight, there is so much clarity, there is so much opportunity waiting for you on the other side of that, right? And you're not going to access it until you do the thing, whatever the thing is, whether it's cutting someone off, whether it's ending a relationship, whether it's quitting that job, whether it's, I'm trying to think of other examples because I feel like I'm just repeating the same ones over and over, but you guys know, whatever your example is, the quicker and the sooner that you do that thing that you need to do, the quicker and the sooner you will have access to all of this new opportunity and clarity and insight, and amazing things will start to happen in your life. Because when you're in alignment, holy shit, the universe literally bows to your every whim. Like, honest to God, the amount of like things and people and places and experiences that I've attracted over the last few months. Hey, Aaron. Hey, man. The amount of like things, experiences, people. This fucking house. I mean, seriously, the amount of things that have just fallen into my lap because I've been in that state of energetic alignment, because everything in my life has been in service of my highest purpose, which is to serve others, right? So because I've been nurturing my soul, because I've been nurturing myself, because I've been ruthlessly protecting my alignment. Yeah, that's so true, Aaron. It is. It's the positivity breeds positivity. Like attracts like. So because I've been in that total state of just like, honoring my alignment and ruthlessly protecting my alignment no matter what, things have just been coming to me and falling into my lap. I am divinely supported in every single moment. And that's not to say the universe doesn't love us and support us and God like deserts us if we do something wrong or go off track or go off the highway. That's bullshit. God loves us no matter what. He doesn't care if we're at the bottom of the cliff from a detour or standing at the top of the mountain, right? You can't see my hands. I'm doing this. He doesn't care if we're down the bottom of the valley or standing on top of the mountain. He loves us just as much anyway. That could never change, ever, 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 ever. But what we do is we have to become an energetic match for what we want. So when we're going on that detour, when we're letting all our energy leak out from all of these things that we don't really want to be doing or that are distracting us from our highest purpose, we're not an energetic match for all these things that we say that we want. So what's happening in my life is that I've got these epic visions and goals and intentions for what I want to create and manifest and do and be and experience and achieve and serve and create over the next like 6 months of the year. And then all of these like these little things are coming up that are opportunities for me to go out of my alignment. And it's like the universal God is saying to me like, okay, this is what you're saying you want, but your behaviors aren't matching up with that right now because you're allowing yourself to be distracted. You're allowing yourself to lose focus. So my priority, and this is something that I've got to do today, like literally right now as soon as I get off this call, my priority is to just focus on bringing myself back into that alignment, because like you have no idea, like all of these things that I want, all of these things that I'm attracting right now are so important to my soul's evolution. They're so important to the evolution of consciousness and humanity and the whole planet right now. And you know, like we are all so needed. We are all so needed on this planet. Like the greatest gift that you can give this planet and you know, the greatest contribution you can make to saving the world is your energetic alignment, right? It is your energy and your frequency and the state of like joy and peace and bliss and abundance that you're embodying right now. So if there's anything that's taking you out of that, it's really just taking you away from being in the highest service. And that's all any of us are really here to do, and that's all any of us like really want to do. Like I was in church this morning just praying like, God, just use me, use me, use me. And he's saying, okay, I will and I want to and I'm trying to, but there's these things in your life that you need to let go of. There's one particular thing that you need to let go of. And I was saying before, if you've just jumped on, that it's a relationship, and not a relationship, but just like a person that has come into my life. So yeah, and it's not anything personal towards like anyone. Like if there's someone that you need to maybe stop seeing, or if there's a relationship that you need to end, it's not personal. It's nothing to do with like the you know, the value or the worth or inherent worth of that person. It's just your compatibility. Like it's just that they're no longer aligned with your like soul's path and what you're meant to do and what you're here to do. So, and there's no judgment attached to that. That's the thing. There's no judgment. So it's just what has to happen, and it's okay. And just like being really free in this, guys, like I don't want to feel like I'm preaching in the sense of like you need to do this because this is what I said. Like again, there's like total freedom here. We all have free will. We all have the power to choose whatever it is that we want to choose. The message that I got this morning though was like, you've had this experience before. Like if I kept going down this path, because I do this thing where I like bargain with God. I'm like, what do you mean I can't just like hang around with this guy for a little while more and just like, you know, have fun and whatever. And he's like, because you know how this story ends. You've had this experience before. You can keep doing it as long as you like. Like I'm not going to judge you and I'm still going to love you just as fucking much. Nothing could stop that. But you're stopping yourself from new experiences, right? You're cutting yourself off from these new experiences, from this new insight, from this new clarity by having this old experience again. And you can have it as many times as you want. Of course you can. You can keep going down those exit ramps over and over and over again till the end of time. That's fine. No judgment. But it's just like, what are you missing out on by going down these exit ramps? Like, what are the opportunities? Like, the longer that you keep going off that exit ramp, or the longer you let these energetic leaks happen, that's time that you could be spent experiencing new things, having new experiences. So yeah, that was the message I got, was like, you've had this experience before. You know how this story ends. So why would you want to have it again? And at the end of the day, there's no comparison, really. It's like, okay, there's these things that are like taking us out of our energetic alignment. There's these things that are our leaks. There's these things that are our kinks. And we think that that's what we want because that's what our ego wants. But when we like measure it up against like what our soul's here to do and what we are really like what we're here to like manifest and create and be and experience. There's no competition, there's no comparison. It's just making sure that we believe that we're worthy of having everything our soul like wants us to have. I hope this is making sense. I know it's going to be really helpful for some people. Like if you're on right now, just type amen. Just type amen if you're hearing what I'm saying. If this is resonating with you, just type amen. But yeah, like I said, you guys, I just want to be fully transparent here and saying that I'm like doing this with you. This work is so like topical and relevant for me right now. And the reason that I can teach on it so passionately is because it's so hot on my heart and because it's like literally what I'm learning. So yeah. All right. Here come the dogs. All right. I'll give you one last look at the view. Freaking beautiful. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, hold on. Okay, there we go. Sorry, my phone was dying. I had to plug it in. All right, I love you guys so, so much. And hold on, there you go. Pretty. All right, wish me luck. Love you guys so much. Message me if you need anything. Bye, guys. Bye.